Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. Enlightenment is man's emergence from his self-imposed immaturity. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. Act in such a way that you treat humanity, whether in your own person or in the person of any other, always at the same time as an end and never merely as a means. In law, a man is guilty when he violates the rights of others. In ethics, he is guilty if he only thinks of doing so. I had therefore to remove knowledge in order to make room for belief. He who is cruel to animals becomes hard also in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Experience without theory is blind, but theory without experience is mere intellectual play. He who is not every day conquering some fear has not learned the secret of life. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. Ingratitude is the essence of vileness. Thoughts without content are empty. Intuitions without concepts are blind. We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Always recognize that human individuals are ends, and do not use them as mere means to your ends. Only an irrational mind could believe that orderly natural laws are themselves the product of chance. The death of dogma is the birth of morality. To be is to do. It is beyond a doubt that all our knowledge begins with experience. All human knowledge begins with intuitions, proceeds from thence to concepts, and ends with ideas. Immaturity is the incapacity to use one's intelligence without the guidance of another. The human being is the only creature that must be educated. The only objects of practical reason are therefore those of good and evil. For by the former is meant an object necessarily desired according to a principle of reason, by the latter one necessarily shunned, also according to a principle of reason. A man who is diligent and persevering can accomplish anything. Do what is right, though the world may perish. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. A man who is diligent and persevering can accomplish anything.